All right, welcome to part 2 of The Force Doth Awaken, everybody. We are going to jump right in, but obviously we've got a few drinking rules that we have to remind everybody of. First of all is anytime there is a pop culture or Shakespeare reference, an overt pop culture or Shakespeare reference. I was going to say Star Wars, but then you'd literally be waterfalling the entire reading because it's all a Star Wars reference. And then we do have R2 potentially coming back, no spoilers. So if R2 or Chewbacca speak normally, that is also a drink. Other than that, that's all we got for tonight. It's going to be quick. It's going to be fun. We got lightsaber battles over Zoom, which is obviously a technical marvel and unlike anything you've ever seen before or potentially ever want to see again. But we're going to have fun. It's going to be a good night. Thank you for coming back. I am going to turn this over to Kimmy, who's going to go into our stage directions. Without further ado, I will see you all later.
Act 4, Scene 1. At the Resistance Base on Dakar.
Finn, even I have to the Resistance come. Hidden base is fixed here on Dakar. Yet my over-anxious heart unfixed doth feel, still Rey is missing, still her fate unknown. Yet all around me congregates as friends and celebrate a victory fulfilled. I would their glad festivities enjoy, except my friend is missing, and I fear perchance is gone forever. Let it not be. Oh, fate, kind weaver of our destinies, I bid thee longer knit Rey's filament, and what I pray of my next strand of life? Shall I yet learn to fight for the resistance? The battle over Takodana found me using every skill for which I've trained, yet for a noble purpose, not for evil. It seemed that I was born for such as this, to work for justice, right, honor, and yea, to face an enemy and know my cause was true, to help the galaxy to find the peace for which it yearns with fondest hope. Was it, though, for resistance or for Rey that I did fight? Or was perchance for both? Finn, let the stirrings of thy troubled soul find peace in this. Thou hast a calling found, be it unto a movement justified, or to a girl whom thou dost think most is fair. I mean, she is fine. I mean, thou hast found purpose, and it is in now.
Enter Poe Dameron. Enter BB-8 Severly, rolling quickly toward Poe.
Behold, 'tis Poe alive and flourishing. Oh, twist of fate, which one friend from me and gives another back in one fell swoop. Poe, 'tis I, 'tis Finn. Thou art alive.
Poe and Finn embrace.
Perhaps it may be that my mind is wrought to fever by the sunbeams that hangs over, but I will happily believe that thou dost live too.
What happened to thee after our great fall? For certain I was sure thou wert no more.
Oh, I was with potent force thrown from the ship, my spirit not wakening till the beam of the moonlight struck my eyes. I woke at night, there was no ship, not that I could see.
Ziff Royal, Billy Broom, Waveless, Blue, Zablip, Blariva, Zubru, Bloomblit Blee.
My BB-8 reports that you saved him, true? In spring of youth, it was my lot to haunt and seek great glory for myself, that thou, my friend, deserve it more. My mission thou, my bravery and talent did complete. Yet, wait, forgive me, friend, is that my doublet?
Ooh, I almost had forgot myself. 'Tis thine. Pray take it, for thou art its rightful owner.
Finn begins to remove the doublet.
Nay, it doth suit thee well. Keep it, 'tis thine. Thou art a good man, Finn. Thy heart sincere, thy hand true, thine eye a kindling light, a rising star in the resistance ranks.
My friend, thou hast mine utmost thanks indeed. Yet now I must another favor ask. I need thy help, Poe, in this moment fraught. Can you take me to the fabled general? I've information she may sorely need.
Indeed, we shall fly hither in a trice.
Poe leads Finn into the Resistance base. Enter General Leia Organa, Han Solo, C-3PO, and various Resistance soldiers. Enter R2-D2, covered in a blanket.
My General Organa, pardon me for this brief interlude in your affairs. This is my man Finn, who, a well-known name, oft uttered in the hearing of our pilots, for he hath given us aid. He'd speak with thee.
And I with him.
Thou valor didst display, and bravery and honor when thou didst renounce the vile First Order and escape with this man's life intact. Thou hast our thanks.
My thanks to you in turn, ma'am. Midst our flight, a friend of mine was taken prisoner.
Indeed, good Han to tell me of the girl, her skill, her bravery, and her abduction. Apologies, good Finn, I know what it is to lose a comrade to the foe. Thou hast a general's condolences.
Now, to the reason why I brought him hither. This Finn, as you know, once was a stormtrooper. No power hath he of evil in himself, but hath deep knowledge of the weapon fierce that did destroy the system Hosnian. Sorry, I was shaken by the fight we just had.
You good?
Finn worked aboard the base that fired the blast and may help us in our great hour of need.
We are most desperate for the smallest shred of wisdom or intelligence thou hast.
Methinks the massive base whereof we speak belike is where my friend is harshly tamed. I adventure thither fast and rescue her.
I shall do all I can to help. Yet first, thou must report to us all thou dost know.
Enter Chewbacca above, on balcony, with Dr. Colonna. She's mending his arm.
There were some 30, even 40 men, and I was called to ward them off alone.
Oh, how passing fearful 'twas for thee.
Oh, I faced the battle with a Wookiee's might. Though I won this small scratch, they earned their deaths.
Indeed, thou art most brave.
I'd not play mine own horn, but yea, forsooth.
I'm sorry, General, but it appears the map from BB-8 is incomplete. From bad to worse, it matches no known system whereof we have a record. To be brief, we've not the information that we need to locate Master Luke, where'er he is.
How could I be so foolish to believe 'twould be so plain and simple, finding Luke and bringing him then hither to his home?
Sweet Leia.
Nay, do not what thou just didst.
Do what?
Aught.
Leia walks aside.
Princesses are all the same.
I do but try to help.
Now, when did that work? And speak not of the Death Star long ago.
BB-8 rolls over to the blanket and pulls it aside to reveal R2-D2.
Zereed, blue, flit blocks, roo, blue blee, flit fleer, flig, bleak, flit fleet.
Good BB-8, thy time thou shouldst not waste. 'Tis doubtful R2-D2 may contain the map within his backup databanks. I fear that R2-D2 hath remained in low power mode since Master Luke did flee. Bethink I he may, sadly, ne'er improve, ne'er find the spark that can his light relume.
Leia and Han speak aside.
I prithee, listen, Leia. I do know that when thou look'st on me, thou think'st of him.
Imagine thou his memory I'd forgo? I want him to return from his path grim.
Naught was there we could otherwise have done to keep him on the path of light and truth. There's too much of Vader in our son.
I wished him then to train with Luke, forsooth. Methought 'twould save him from an errant way. I never should have sent him hence. I thereupon lost him and thee, both, yea.
Nay, say not so. It was our grieving sense. Like two suns that must set in their own time, we both returned to the orbit we knew best. I did revert unto my native clime, the tasks in which my talents are expressed.
So did I.
We lost our son for air.
Nay, 'twas the vile betrayer Ian Snoke. He did seduce our son into his lair and bring him to the dark side, black as smoke. Forthwith, we have the opportunity to save our son together, you and I.
If Luke the Jedi could not make him see and reach him in the darkness that was nigh, wherefore thinkest thou I may do so?
Luke is a powerful Jedi, strong in will. Thou art his one and only father, though. I feel it, Han. There's light within him still.
Enter Admiral Strahd. My general, the news of our foe's base hath just arrived. If you will quickly come. Exit Han, Admiral Strahd, Finn, Poe, droids, and soldiers.
mix profound of feelings, thoughts, and news. My Han returned into my side again, my son revealed as enemy to us. A newfound hope we might still find, dear Luke, a chance the vile First Order may be beaten. Some of these good reports should bring me cheer, contain therein is cause to celebrate, yet how can I e'er be content when I have learned about my son, my boy, my Ben? How shall a mother learn to leave her child, to let her offspring roam, be led astray? How can you teach a mother to forget the very one she cuddled as a babe? If I forget thee, son, then thou mayest hate. If I forget thee, thou shouldst shun my voice. If I forget thee, heed not my appeals. If I forget thee, then I am no mother, but turncoat, traitor, and a vile betrayer. Yet this shall never happen, as thou knowest. Though thou unto the dark side may have turned, 'tis deep within thy breast the knowledge of thy mother's changeless and abiding love. I would deceive my friends ere thee forget. I would endure the rack ere thee forget. I would give up my life ere thee forget. The galaxy would end ere thee forget. Oh, son, I bid thee, let thy father speak. His words fall tenderly upon thine ear, then listen with an open, willing heart. Respond by spreading wide thy youthful arms, and come again unto thy home with us. Pray let it be, O soul within my son, feel thou our love, that three may soon be one.
Exit. Scene 2. Inside the Star Killer base. Enter Rey, an interrogation chain, and Kylo Ren. Chair. Interrogation chair.
Where am I?
Thou art welcome as my guest.
Where are the others? All my comrades true. What hast thou done with them? Are they herein?
The comrades. Thou meanest all the thieves, the murderers and traitors thou callest friends. Their treachery doth mock thy loyalty. Their gross dishonor doth negate thy honor. Thou shalt be wholly comforted to know I have no knowledge of their whereabouts. You let us speak of them no more. Instead, 'tis thy mind that doth bring me interest. Much like an open book, I look inside and scan its contents like so many words. Thy thoughts are clear. Thou'd happily see me dead.
If 'tis the story thou dost read therein, 'tis but the consequence of being hunted by one who hides beneath a coward's mask.
Kylo Ren removes his mask.
No craven I. I'll show my letters all. Thou shalt belike find them a novel treat, a text too heavy for thine intellect. Tell me all thou dost know about the droid.
This tale I shall unfold in simple prose. A BB unit colored white and orange, a drive made of selenium withal, a thermal hyperscanning vindicator.
Would that thy script were sharp as thy foul tongue. Pray, let me tell thee of thy literature. The droid doth hold a navigating chart. We have a fragment. 'Twas recovered from the archives of the Empire Virtuous. Yet we require the piece that doth remain. Thou somehow didst convince the errant droid to show the map to thee, a scavenger of lowly birth and even lower class. Thou canst see by this knowledge I've obtained that I'd become the author of thy fate. I shall procure what I desire from thee, and thy weak mind, pathetic as it is.
Kylo Ren uses the Force to extract thoughts from Rey's mind.
I see the narrative that thou dost pen. How sad thou art, in misery enwrapped. Thou art alone, of leaving most afeard. At night thou art so desperate to sleep. Within thy mind an ocean and an isle placed in the ocean's vast expanse. I see it. Han Solo. He is in thy mind as well. To thee he seemeth like the father whom thou ne'er didst know. Hear thou my words most true. The man, I'll warrant, would but disappoint. That chronicle is tragic in the height.
Avaunt, thou knave! Get hence! Close thou my book!
Yet 'tis a tome whose end I long to see. Although it is a simple one to scan, I know thou hast laid eyes upon the chart. 'Tis in thy head, and thou shalt give it me. Anon it shall be mine. Be not afraid. I feel the strange connection twixt us two. Her mind is far more strong than I bethought. A volume of some weight, I do confess.
Not shall I show thee.
All this remains to see.
I sense wherein he entereth my mind. Perchance I may his ruse turn back on him. The man hath entered the archive of my mind. Mayhap I may assail his library. Yet even as thou readst, thou shalt be read. Thou art afraid. Thou ne'er shalt be as strong as he thou dost admire, the Sith Darth Vader. Ha! Oh, begin, for I would fain read more.
Exit Rey as Kylo Ren makes his way to the assembly room.
Nay, it cannot be. It must not be. How did this wretched girl of simple stock refocus my direction of the Force? Have I grown feeble, soft, or witless? Nay, she turned the trick on me with seeming ease. Perforce, the lady is instinctively strong in the Force, though she may know it not. This failure still is unacceptable. An errant step along my path of dark. I shall consult wise Supreme Leader Snoke, confessing my mistake and her resolve.
Enter Supreme Leader Snoke and General Hux.
Already I have sensed wherefore thou hast come. The scavenger resisted thee. But how?
Alack, dissembling an unworthy wretch.
Forgive me. She is gifted with the Force, far abler than she knoweth.
And the droid?
'Twas Ren's belief it had no further worth. He thought the girl was everything to us, the be-all and the end-all. Consequently, the droid, belike, is with our enemies. 'Tis possible the map is in their hands.
The weak resistance must be destroyed, ere they have the chance to contact Skywalker. We have no time for patience, by my troth.
We know the setting of their hidden base. Their vessel of reconnaissance we tracked unto the system of Elenium.
'Tis well. Thou, Hux, have not failed me herein. They shall be crushed and finally destroyed. Prepare the weapon for our swift attack.
It shall be done at once and with delight.
Exit General Hux.
My Supreme Leader, I can get the map. The girl I may overcome, if you'll guide me.
If what thou sayest about the girl is true, then she shall hath special powers in the Force. Bring her to me, and we shall ope her mind.
Exit. Enter Rey in the interrogation chair. Enter Stormtrooper aside.
'Twas passing strange what happened unto me. I turned the villain's trick upon himself. Such power I never knew I did possess. Perchance 'twas but an accident of fortune or some impermanent coincidence. Still, I am most intrigued by what hath passed. Some miracle or something else entire. Is't possible I have some power unknown? Bethink I on it, and it seems absurd. Lo, I must be foolish to think it so. Extends the Force to people such as I? Is our vast galaxy so spacious that both rich and poor alike may know its power? Yet, if the Force is as I once was told, that which surrounds and binds us all as one, how could it inaccessible remain even to a humble person as myself? Forsooth, the force hath room e'en now for all. Oh, would it that it were so, my hope fulfilled. Rey then could be far more than scavenger, could be a warrior or Jedi knight. Excitement doth overwhelm me at such thoughts. Well, may I put this notion to the test. Aside there is a stormtrooper who doth stand vigilant against an attempt to flee. Shall I here try to call upon the Force to use a mind trick of which I've heard tell? Yea, I shall try. What evil could befall? Lo, stormtrooper, I bid thee hear my call. E'en now you shall remove these strong restraints, depart the cell, and leave the door ajar.
Didst thou speak? What was it thou didst say? Now wherefore wouldst thou speak? I do not know. E'en such a one that speak unto me? Lo, thou art surely mad, canst hear my words? Reviled and hated scum, thou art too bold. Avaunt, if thou must speak, then make it plain. Grant me to hear again the words thou spokest.
Now you shall release me from my bonds, depart the cell, and leave the door ajar.
I'll tighten up thy bonds, make thee a spectre.
Pray, clear thy thoughts now, Rey, and concentrate. E'en now you shall release me from my bonds, depart my cell, and leave the door ajar.
E'en now I shall release thee from thy bonds. Depart the cell and leave the door ajar.
The stormtrooper begins to leave.
Indeed, thy weapon thou shalt also drop.
Indeed. My weapon I shall also drop.
He drops his weapon and exits.
I wonder at this strange ability. Why should the Force be mine thus to employ? This power was not bidden. I did call it not, did seek it not, did want it not. Yet still it cometh. Oh, what mystery.
Exit. Enter Kylo Ren.
What's this? How hath she vanished into air? Where is the girl I left but moments past? What vast incompetence or trickery! Why do we utilize these stormtroopers? Oh, logger-headed, dismal, dreaming louts!
Kylo Ren brandishes his lightsaber and begins to destroy the room.
Goatish, idle-headed cacre blossoms! Would that the one responsible for this, or rather irresponsible for this, were here to feel the full vent of mine anger. I'd beat him until he were wholly senseless. I'd hang him until he for mercy begged. I'd show him my hot lightsaber's edge. Oh, out upon them may they all be slain!
Enter General Hux and various technicians above on balcony.
Begin the charging of the weapon, Sira.
'Tis done. The weapon charged even now.
The pitiful resistance ends today, for we shall make our strike without delay.
Exit. Scene 3, at the resistance base on Dakar. Enter Chorus. The cruel First Order doth begin its plan to end the resistance in a flash of light. Meanwhile, upon Dakar, our heroes scan for some advantage that may help their plight. Exit Chorus. Enter General Leia Organa, Han Solo, Chewbacca, Finn, Poe Dameron, Admiral Akbar, Admiral Stratura, Major Brance, Major Emat, Snap Wexley, C-3PO, and various resistance soldiers, and a partridge in a pear tree.
It's crowded in here, right?
The scan from the reconnaissance report that Snap hath here provided doth confirm what Finn hath told us. This new base is like unto some vicious, strange, proud evening star, more powerful than we ever have seen.
If I have read the shrewd reports aright, methinks they have created spitefully a hyper light speed weapon which resides within the planet's very nucleus.
'Tis then a laser cannon?
We've no names by which to call a weapon of this size. It passeth all boundaries of speech, the faculty of every language, even the power of the poet's way with words.
And thou it dost not overstate. It is. But like another Death Star, help us all!
Poe projects a model of the Death Star next to a model of the Starkiller base, which is far larger.
Would that it be so, good Major? Pray, behold the model, sir. Star Killer base is of magnitude beyond our fears. In visions of the Dark Night, I ne'er imagined such an awful sight as this. No Death Star this. 'Tis like a Death Star system.
So 'tis a bigger weapon? Is that all? Place we such emphasis on size alone? Right, Leia?
Yeah, I got you. I got
Tis
it.
how can so large a weapon powered be? It would require vast energy to sap.
It useth all the power of a star. The weapon is full charged whilst the sun doth appear. The thing is fiendish, sirs.
Alas, our recent news reports the same. The rank First Order charges it even now. Our system next upon its list of death.
Sans our Republic's fleet, I fear we're doomed.
Shall we then destroy the awful thing? Doth history not give us present hope? There ever is some way to make defeat of that which doth seem undefeatable. O brave resistance fighters, be ye brave. This day is called the Feast of Odan-Ur. They that outlive this day and come safe home will stand a tiptoe when this day is named, and rouse them at the name of Odan-Ur. They that shall live this day and see old age will yearly on the vigil feast their neighbors and say, tomorrow's the centenary. Then will they strip their sleeves and show their scars and say, these wounds I had on Odan's day. Old folk forget, it all shall be forgot, but they'll remember with advantages what feats they did that day. Then shall our names, familiar in his mouth as household words, sweet General Leia, and Admiral Akbar, Poe Dameron, and Emmett Finn, and be in their flowing cups freshly remembered. This story shall each parent teach their child, and Odan-Ur's feast day shall ne'er go by from this day to the end of the universe, but we in it shall be remembered too. We few. We happy few. We band of comrades. For they today who shed their blood with me shall be my comrades. Be thee ne'er so vile, this day shall gentle their condition, yea. So be ye not afeared, my friends, be strong. 'Twill be our finest victory to date. This grand star killer shall be our kill yet.
Long live the king! I mean, yeah, good plan. Good plan, General.
My Han, brave man, would thou and I alone without more help could fight this present battle.
Indeed, thy words inspire my thoughts again. For that amount of power to be contained, the base must have a thermal oscillator.
Finn points to a section of the projected model of Starkiller base.
Forsooth, thou hast it right. It is therein, in precinct 47 by my troth.
Methinks if the oscillator were destroyed, it may the core destabilize, and then, if fortune smiles upon our bold resistance, undo the weapon fully.
Even the planet!
To seek for treasure in the jeweled skies, we'll fly and strike the oscillator with our strongest and fiercest armaments. Our pilots, our ships, are strong and true, prepared to fly upon the moment when the noble general doth say the word.
Getting too old for this shit. Let us not be o'er hasty in our plan, but think of every consequence we may. What of the strong defenses have they set? Their shields belike may give a mighty slap.
We'll undertake to bring their rough shields down. Thou wert employed thereat, what dost thou think?
My confidence herein doth sorely lack. To save sweet Rey, I must sound firm. Good and firm and strong. I am most confident I'll make it so.
The lad's a goodly sword, I'll warrant. Ha!
Yet further to undo the shields I must, be thereupon even on the planet's face, for only thence can their strong shields be stopped.
We shall convey thee thither on the falcon.
Oh man, both quick to move and slow to think. Is this another unwise solo scheme? I prithee, how?
Mine answer thou'dst not like, my thinking being far too slow for thee, my mind shall keep its private counsel, ma'am.
'Tis settled then. The shield shall be destroyed, the oscillator devastated quick. Their weapon thereby utterly demolished. Their years of hatred shall be forgot within the battle of a minute. Go, let us arise and venture forth anon, for the resistance and for victory.
Let's snap to it.
Exit. Poe, Admiral Akbar, Admiral Stratera, Major Brance, Major Emmett, Snap Wexley, C-3PO, and Resistance soldiers. Han, Chewbacca, and Finn make preparations to leave as Leia watches aside.
Old Chewie, check our ship's capacitor. We fly as soon as shall be possible. And Finn, I bid thee take abundant care with those metallic spheres. They do explode.
Now after I've held them, thou sayest. Messed up, bro. That would thou'd fixed me in a wampa's company and only then later tell me it had fangs.
Exit Chewbacca and Finn.
'Twas always so. However much we fought, to watch thee leave did fill me with remorse.
'Twas wherefore I have other places sought, that thou wouldst miss my heart in time's due course.
Ay, verily it worked. I missed thee so.
'Twas not all bad. Our past, our history, full many moments e'en, methinks, did glow.
They still do glow within my memory.
Some habits of our lives shall ne'er be changed.
Indeed, thou still art troubler of my days, the one who keeps my spirit disarranged. O Han, if on our son thou chancest to gaze, I prithee, bring him home with thee again. Then two may yet be three, thou, I, and Ben.
Exit. Scene 4. Inside Star Killer Base. Enter Kylo Ren and stormtroopers.
Sir, sensors triggered hangar 718. Our troopers do scan the area, and now we shall yet find the wily cunning girl.
'Tis well. She doth begin to test her powers. I'll wager that the longer she's unfound, the stronger and more daring she becomes. Thus must we quickly find her where she hides.
Exit Kylo Ren.
This man is in a frightful mood today.
Indeed, this Ren is not a happy sort. They're storming round the base with angry steps, destroying our equipment in his rage and threatening our troops with punishment. How he reminds me of another one I knew within the Empire long ago.
I almost had forgot thou hast served within the Empire many ages hence. 'Tis what, some 3 or 4 full decades now? Say, what hath changed in the interim intervening years?
Far more than thou can imagine, I'll wager.
Indeed?
Yeah, indeed. When I began my job, I did report unto a dreadful man, all garbed in black, and his face hid beneath a mask with vicious moods and lightsaber of red.
Hath Kylo Ren been all this time alive? We thought he was far younger than he is he not?
Nay, it was not Kylo Ren, but one Darth Vader.
Oh, I know him not, though I have heard the name. What of the base whereon thou wert employed?
A vast forbidding base formed in a sphere, which some mistook for some celestial body. It housed more soldiers than most armies boast. Its purpose was to crush a planet whole.
Huh. Star Killer Base existed even then.
Nay, 'twas the Death Star! Wholly different.
I see, and who were then thine enemies?
Oh, a group of young and naive ingenues. One who was raised upon a planet sparse, burnt by the sun and filled with sandy dunes.
Wait, The fugitives for whom we seek. Thou speakest of the girl from Dower Jakku. Is it possible we've searched for them this long?
Nay, nay, a group dissimilar completely. A set of naughty youngsters, now grown old.
What was the oddest place they were pursued?
Let me think. It must have been the bar. A strange cantina in a lonely place, filled with such varied aliens and beasts as thou couldst never see in 100 systems.
Forsooth, I know the place. We were just there on Takodana, Maz's castle. 'Twas where we fought the resistance the other day.
Nay, nay, this was near 40 years ago when one old Jedi fooled me mightily with Jedi mind trick, nasty and unfair. He said the droids wherewith he traveled were not those same droids that I was looking for.
And yet they were.
Alas, I do confess. I do regret the terrible mistake for which I've faced more jests than I can count.
What of the droids thou sought? What were they like?
One of the droids was colorful and domed. It spoke in beeps and squeaks, most insolent.
Indeed, the BB unit we do seek.
Nay, friend, another droid, from scope to wheels.
'Tis clear, life long ago was different, and not at all the same as modern times. I envy thine experience, my comrade. Thou hast seen so much of our galaxy.
So shalt thou, and thou work'st as long as me. Fate ever weaveth new experience, no thread the same, unique in every stitch, and every episode both fresh and rich.
Exit. Scene 5. In the Millennium Falcon on Starkiller Base. Enter Han Solo, Chewbacca, and Finn inside the Millennium Falcon, flying at light speed towards Starkiller Base.
How shall we penetrate the planet's surface? I'll warrant thou hast figured out a plan.
The shields of the First Order do maintain a fractional refresh rate, which doth mean aught that doth travel slower than light speed shall ne'er get through. Yet that shall not be us, if thou dost catch the message I relay.
Wait, thou plans to landing make it full light speed?
For fortitude, not prudence, are we known.
Chewie, be prepared. Now, comrade, now, pray disengage, or we shall run aground.
Oh, pulled most suddenly from Lightspeed's thrust. We hit the ground, the trees, the surface, all. How are we thrown about like featherweights? 'Tis madness, what thou planned us foist on us.
Though this be madness, yet there's method in't.
Oh, Captain of Insanity, pull up!
Yeah, I am pulling up, tut-tut.
Methinks at least a little higher, Han.
Nay, higher, and we shall be seen.
The Millennium Falcon crashes to a halt on the snowy surface. Try that again. The Millennium Falcon crashes to a halt on the snowy surface of Starkiller Base. Enter Kylo Ren and Trooper 1 above on balcony.
She was not found in Hangar 718, yet every trooper stayeth on alert. Methinks the scheming girl shall be found soon.
Lock down, I prithee, every hangar now. Belike she shall attempt to steal a ship. If she doth make escape, I am undone. My search for Skywalker must start anew. What is this newfound presence that I sense?
Exit Kylo Ren and Trooper 1.
I mean, I guess. That was a long, awkward pause since we're here in the Millennium Falcon. Yeah, my stomach is relieved to feel the ground. Its sure and steady presence underfoot, far better than the rocking, hurtling ship. Oh, come hither to the flooding tunnel spot. There we shall make the entrance to the base.
Thou must, as one who was a stormtrooper, have knowledge vast of this enormous base. What was thy task when thou didst work herein?
It was the pungent field of sanitation.
Thou art the grim First Order's garbage man? The man who took out trash for trashy men? How then dost thou know how to stop the shields?
I shall confess to thee, I do not know, all right? My function here is to retrieve sweet Ray. The rest, friend, we shall make up as we go.
Our mission doth rely on our success. Our comrades do rely on our success. The galaxy relies on our success.
Good Solo, all shall yet be fine, methinks. We shall employ the force in all its might.
Thou knowest nothing of the mighty force, or how it worketh, folly-laden youth.
Can we press on? My fur is getting chilled.
Oh, thou art cold, eh? Wookie?
Follow on.
Enter General Hux and a technician above on balcony.
I bid thee, Sirrah, make thy full report.
The weapon shall be charged in 15 minutes. Then we may strike the weak resistance base.
Yet 15 minutes and our work's complete. Yea, 15 minutes for our rise to come, but 15 minutes left for the resistance. These 15 minutes cannot be too swift.
Exit General Hux and technician. Han, Chewbacca, and Finn enter the base.
The longer we do spend our time hereon, the less that Lady Luck doth smile on us. Oh, Luck, if thou wert ever lady to begin, oh, Luck, be thou a lady in this base. Now, Bigness, what is thy plan for the shields? Heaven help us, thou art still the leader here.
No plan is fixed, but thoughts begin to fly. I'd find one with the right authority, a foe with top credentials in this base.
Enter Captain Phasma.
This is the focal point of my idea. She is the perfect foil for my design.
Finn motions to Han and Chewbacca, and they overtake Captain Phasma.
Dost thou remember me, Phantasm Foul?
A nickel wit, FN 2187.
Nay, that was my slave name. I am now Finn. Ha ha, 'tis Finn. I am in charge of thee. I am in charge, bitch. Excuse me. Finn is in charge and leads a charge and doth charge thee to feel the current of my charge.
Pray, Bigness, calm. Charge
Oh,
down.
man, she's talking shit.
It's okay, all right? It's okay. She's going in the garbage.
I don't like her, man.
I know.
One thing.
Thou hast the upper hand, but bear it well.
Now follow Captain Phasma. We have work.
Finn, Han, and Chewbacca walk Captain Phasma to the control room, guarding her. Enter Rey on balcony.
I broke my bonds, but am not wholly free. The chair, the cell, those have I left behind, but I must find a way to steal a ship. Remove myself from this bleak house wherein our foes reside, and then return into our mutual friends, wherever they may be. Rey would be free, not part, but all of her. I have great expectations of escape, but have not heard the chimes of liberty. The battle of my life doth turn and twist. It seems 'tis a tale of two citizens. One Rey on copper fields of drab Jakku, one Rey who shares hard times with the resistance. Ah, what the dickens shall my future hold?
Exit Rey.
Thou hast one option, else I'll happily fire the helmet from thy pate force down with the shields.
Thy faults are sterling in their dreadfulness.
Pray, do it. She deactivated the shields. Dope. All right, Solo. Should this find success, we'll have but little time for filching Rey.
Fear not, lad. We shall not sans her depart.
It seemeth Mercury doth quickly rise, if thou hast grown to be so passing ill, that thou shouldst think 'twill be simple. My bold troops shall storm this block and kill you all anon. Thou wert weak, and never shall succeed.
Nay, fiend, thou art mistaken. What of her? How shall we of this enemy dispose?
Is there a trash compactor?
Aye, my friend.
We'll show the justice of the galaxy.
Hmm.
One thing is certain, she shall thinner be.
Oh.
Exit. Scene 6. At the Resistance base on Dakar and in the air above Starkiller Base. Enter General Leia Organa, Admiral Stratera, C-3PO, and an officer above on balcony. Enter Poe Dameron, Snap Wexley, Nine Noob, Yolo Ziff, and Elo Asti in their ships. My general, the shields are down at last, and we may undertake our bold defense.
Oh, thank the Maker!
Han hath achieved the feat. Send in the pilots and begin the assault.
Give Poe authority to make attack.
Black Leader, to thy sublights, on they call. Exit Leia, Admiral Stratura, C-3PO, and officer.
Thy words I do receive with joy and hope. Now's the time for Poe to make his mark. I dwelt alone in a world of moan, and my soul was a stagnant tide until I met the brave resistance and did learn the purpose of my life, profound and firm. To use my skills as a pilot brave and true unto a cause I champion. The principle for which I learned to live, I would most happily perish for as well. Now we are almost to the range to strike. Aim on the oscillator, powerful. Pray, mark the target in the center spot, and hit it full force. All ye have.
Yo, I dropped from light speed even now, Black Leader.
Approaching the target now.
Ungate-o.
Enter General Hux and Colonel Datu aside in base.
The cry is still, they come. Our base's strength will laugh, a siege to scorn. Yea, let them come. Dispatch our squadrons fierce.
Yes, General.
Exit General Hux and Colonel Datu.
Direct hit!
Yet no damage doth result. The oscillator is, I fear, too strong.
We must continue with our strike. Keep on. Another bomb attack we make anon. Through all the flimsy things we see at once, let us remember this. When that sun doth disappear from sight, the weapon is prepared to fire again. Yet whilst there is light, we have a chance to win the day, my friends. We must press on towards victory, maintaining endeavors in the field. But soft. Behold our newfound company. TIE fighters rising from the enemy.
Let's go!
Exit all in confusion. Act 5. Scene 1. Inside Starkiller Base. Enter Han Solo, Chewbacca, and Finn.
The blast door by these charges can be felled. I shall draw fire, but I need your cover too.
Say truly, art thou ready for this fight?
Enter Rey aside, climbing on a wall to escape.
Ha ha! Nay, thou seest my face and know the truth. I am of this encounter terrified. A stronger influence works on me, though. My longing to discover my kind of friend. The shields are down, thus our final task will find sweet Rey and take her from this place. Though troopers follow nearly at our backs, we must be ready for the consequence. There is nearby an access tunnel for,
Han motions toward Rey with his chin.
What is this notion that overtakes thy face? Say, wherefore dost thou jut thy chin so? I mean, is this some signal to smuggler folk? Bro, our senses fled, our frantic has become, dost thou fly to madness and begin to twitch? I stand here planning for the next endeavor, and thou so steeped in fear, but you just convulse and you just...
I prithee, Bigness. Stop thy mouth and look. Talk less. Smile more. Throw not away thy shot. Rey, art thou well?
Indeed.
Oh, thanked be fate.
Hey girl, what happened to thee? Wert thou foully harmed, if thou were hurt? I vengeance shall require, just say the word, I got you.
No injury to speak of by my troth. I'll warrant, though, it is thy turn to speak, Finn. Wherefore hast thou come unto this place?
We may return for thee.
Oh, blessed words, which I so many years have longed to hear. Though not from this mouth in this circumstance, still how they sweetly ring within mine ears.
Thou shalt be given more reason for surprise. 'Twas Finn's design to come and rescue thee.
What did the fine Chewbacca say?
He doth report 'twas thy idea to come and rescue me. Now have I such friend had.
Rey and Finn embrace.
My many thanks.
How didst thou flee thy bonds?
I cannot say, and thou wouldst not believe. Some other time I'd tell thee everything.
Well, this fond scene is touching in the extreme. Perhaps escape anon, embrace hereafter. To hug a loved one is a sacred thing. Far better, though, if both remain alive.
They run from the base outside into the snow.
Alas, our friends are troubled in their task. Behold our X-Wings flying o'er the ground. They have arrived in safety only to be doggedly pursued by enemies. Oh, I see one fallen Ede now, Farillo's ship, if still mine older eyes do see aright. The ground fire coupled with the vile TIE fighters may be too much. I see they have not yet the oscillator damaged or destroyed. In short, we cannot leave, we've more to do. Chewbacca hath a bag of jolly treats, explosives that shall work their alchemy upon this base. I say 'tis time to use them. Methinks it is the best help we can proffer.
Enter General Leia Organa, C-3PO, and an officer above on balcony. Good General, have you seen this report? 2 more X-Wings have fallen, half our fleet, half by the cruel First Order been destroyed. What shall we do? Is time to sound retreat?
Oh, their weapon shall be fully charged in but 10 minutes. Oh, what pain to see this day. 'Twould take a miracle to save us now.
Exit Leia, C-3PO, and an officer.
We'll enter to the oscillator if thou canst undo the electric doors and earn us access to the grand control room.
Yea, the circuitry herein is planing now. I'll warrant it shall open in a trice. We'll do the deed and follow after ye.
Rey and Finn enter a maintenance hatch.
A life of scavenging upon Jakku, of learning all the inward parts of ships, becoming too familiar with their guts and seeing their construction and their wires prepared me fully for this moment here. The complicated system of electrics are like a puzzle longing to be solved. Even as I look upon it, I can see the pattern and the key that lies therein. I'd ne'er believe I would be thankful for the many years I spent at foraging. Yet here, they testify their boundless worth. My past informs and guides my present moment, and still may lead my future, come what may.
Rey manipulates the controls and the doors open. Exit Rey and Finn.
She doth the naughty task with seeming ease. The knowledge of the girl is true.
Then why have we not offered her a job?
The doors are open. Let us then proceed. Pray let us lay a charge at every column.
Nay, listen to my counsel in this instance. This chamber is so wondrous, tall and broad. Should we not separate and lay a charge both up above and down below as well?
Thou hast it better, friend, than I. A vertical assault is more complete. Thou shalt ascend above and lay the bombs. Meanwhile, I shall with charges go below. Take thou the detonator with great care, and we shall meet once more upon this spot.
Han and Chewbacca separate and begin setting the explosives. Enter Kylo Ren and stormtroopers.
I bid ye, find the foes who come herein. My senses tell me they do hide e'en now.
Stormtroopers search the area.
Son, there doth he stand, walk, and live. Cannot look on him and see a foe. No enemy walks there but my sweet boy. Oh, how the memories o'ertake my soul. The news that was delivered unto us. The happy expectation of a child. The introduction into parent. Is Chewbacca, are you making that noise? This is a heartfelt speech. Jesus Christ! The introduction unto parenthood. The pure and perfect infant whom we held whilst he did smile and coo e'en when he was mewling and puking in his mother's arms. No matter. He was flawless in our eyes. Oh, how he altered e'en a smuggler's life. I learned to be the pilot of a cradle, to steer the asteroid field of fatherhood, to sing a rough-hewn scoundrel's lullaby, to change soiled clothes as fast as light speed's pace. When young, his smile could light a darkened room. He played with zeal, with fervent joy and glee, approached the world with wonder and delight, which, seeing everything through his 2 eyes, instructed me and Leia thus to see. His mother and I both were thunderstruck, in love with our dear child, in love with life, in love with the mystery of the galaxy that brought such tender happiness to us. Full many nights we'd lie awake and watch him as he slept, in silent adoration, e'en when we were exhausted to the bone. A newfound parent's privilege and folly. Ne'er could we think, those ages now gone hence, that I would face him on a battlefield, that he'd be counted with our enemies, that he would choose to talk with evil men, that he should come to hate his given name. Oh, solo soul that learned to sing duet, then learned a trio melody so fine. Be strong, but loving in this moment. Ben!
Kylo Ren turns to see Han Solo. Chewbacca and the stormtroopers freeze, watching the encounter.
Han Solo. Long have I awaited this.
Enter Rey and Finn above on balcony, observing the scene.
Remove thy mask. Thou needst it not with me.
What dost thou think shall be revealed beneath, were I to take it off?
My son's dear face.
Kylo Ren removes his mask.
A boy no longer, now a man complete. The shadows of his boyhood I can see, yet hidden deep within his manly visage.
Thy son is gone. The boy was weak indeed, too soft and foolish like his father is. He was an errant and misguided child. I did therefore destroy thy son with pride.
Nay, 'tis what Snoke desires that you believe, that it hath not the ring of truth. My son, my dear and only son, he liveth still, and thou art he, and he, my son, is thou. The two of you who art one, both are loved.
Thou speakest like a jester and a fool, whereas my leader Snoke is passing wise.
Snoke is not wise. The word is devious. He doth but use thee for thy mighty power. Once he obtains what he seeks, thereupon shall he destroy thee. Verily, thou knowst.
These words sting, and how my soul doth yearn to feel once more the favor of my father. I must be strong, remembering the truth to which I have been led by Leader Snoke, and not the vain, false comfort offered by the one who I did once a father call. Oh, let my actions here be firm and sure, rejecting what he'd prefer unto me, and thus embracing darkness. 'Tis too late.
Nay, never. Come, return unto thy home. We miss thy gentle presence in our lives. 'Tis not too late. 'Tis ne'er too late, my son.
I do confess that I am torn asunder. From all this pain, I fain would be set free. I know what I must do, yet fear I've not the strength to make it so. Oh, wilt thou help?
Kylo Ren reaches to hand Han his lightsaber.
Of course, whate'er thou wishest, my sweet boy. Thou bringst and e'er did bring me such great joy.
Beyond the chamber dies the light outside, and 'twere the light within my very soul. Thus in my core doth darkness reign at last.
Kylo Ren turns on his lightsaber and runs Han through.
Son, whose face is still so dear to me. Oh, how I see thy mother still in thee. Dear Leia, who did love this scoundrel so, I failed thee, could not save our boy from woe. Mount, mount, my soul, thy seat is up on high, whilst my gross flesh sinks downward, here to die.
Han Solo dies.
My thanks, old man. Thou givest me what I need.
Nay, nay, thou noble man, thou canst not die. I'll not allow it. Never shall it be. Thou art too proud for death's dark, humbling fall. Thou art too good for murder's evil road. Thou art too witty for death's dismal pall. Thou art too sly for murderer's clumsy step. This cord of fate I shall untie, reverse, pull out the stitches, thread thy life anew, rewrite the scene that hath been authored here, and put thee once more in a starring role. Oh, misery beyond a Wookiee sense! I had no heart until thou wert my friend, no mind until I learned to think with thee, no soul until we piloted as one. How many hours and days have we two shared? How many meals spent laughing in the air? How many enemies sidestepped or dodged? How many loads of treasure smuggled we? Oh, I shall never know thy like again. With grief, Chewbacca's life shall e'er be filled. If I do smile again, 'twill be too soon. If I forget thee, galaxies would fall. If I recover, call me not a friend, for naught can mend the heart that now doth break. He was the second half that made me whole. So I shall go unto my final rest, imperfect, aye, and incomplete, without the company of Han, my dearest friend. I shall with mournful tread now walk the deck. My captain lies a fallen, cold, and dead.
Fine Solo.
Let this not be. Will Han not like a father unto me?
Pew pew pew. Pew pew.
Pew pew.
Pew pew pew.
Pew
Pew pew. Pew. Stage directions. Pew pew.
Oh.
You're muted. We can't hear you.
There they are. Blast them.
Pew pew pew.
You're still muted.
Go on, I've lost my place. I'm so sorry.
Pew pew.
Foul
Breaking
Wookiee, thou
tension.
wilt hit me in the side, yet I'll be sworn I soon shall have thy hide.
Scatter.
Run. We're exiting.
Enter General Leia Organa on balcony, taken aback as she senses that Han has died.
The force doth move me, works me to woe. My Han hath fallen, this I know. O death, thou cometh for my Han. Sing lack a day, my love is gone. Sing hey, hey, and lack a day, my love hath gone away. Such torment works within my soul, and where I had been shattered whole. O fate, thou cometh for my Han. Sing lack a day, my love is gone. Sing hey, and lack a day, my love hath gone away. My dear, we had too little time to revel in our joy sublime. Oh, and thou cometh for my Han. Sing lack a day, my love is gone. Sing hey, and lack a day, my love hath gone away.
Exit Leia. Scene 2, at Starkiller Base. Enter Rey and Finn in the snow outside the base.
No time have we for ordinary grief. No time to mourn the loss of our dear Han. We must unto the Falcon make return. The vile First Order's weapon shall be set within 2 minutes if I am correct.
Enter Kylo Ren.
Our fight is not yet complete. Yar from me. I've just begun to sate my thirst for blood.
Thou art a monster, foul and wretched beast. Now wert thou worthy to be called his son.
'Tis but we three. Han Solo cannot help thee. How shalt thou fare without his presence, eh?
Though we are young, still thou shalt know our might. Feel thou my fire.
Rey tries to shoot Kylo Ren with her blaster, but he uses the Force to deflect the shot and pushes her back into a tree. She collapses.
Too simple, by my troth.
Oh, Rey, sweet friend, nay, nay!
Lay on, thou traitor.
Finn turns on Luke Skywalker's saber.
Yet what is it that thou holdest in thy hand? Unwitting as thou art, hast thou any clue? That lightsaber wherewith thou plann'st to fight, it doth belong to me, and shall be mine. Unworthy art thou to unleash its power.
And thou wouldst take it from me. Here I stand.
Thou hast no skill to use a lightsaber, particularly when thou art unfit to wield the powerful weapon in thy hands. Have at me then, thou man of ignorance. I'll give thee thy first and final lesson.
Enter Chorus. The two men dodge and parry by their light. One inexperienced, the other trained, with savagery and brawn unfolds the fight, till Finn by Kylo Ren is sorely pinned. He falls, and the lightsaber flies aside. Rey wakes nearby. Clear thoughts her pain doth smolder. Shall Luke's lightsaber, Ren, withal abide? Or shall the Force awaken for another? Exit Chorus. Kylo Ren reaches for the lightsaber, preparing to use the Force to draw it to him.
Now come, lightsaber, to the hand of Ren. Fulfill in me thy perfect destiny. To be constructed by Darth Vader, then to fall into the young Skywalker's hands, and at last be reunited to the dark by this next generation, yea, e'en I called Kylo Ren, the grandson and the heir unto Darth Vader's legacy. I feel thy power. Now come, for thou art bid.
The lightsaber flies toward Kylo Ren, but continues past him, landing in Rey's hands.
Oh, hope fulfilled. Oh, unexpected force. Come, Kylo Ren, and feel the light of Rey.
Rey and Kylo Ren freeze as they prepare to fight. Enter General Hux and a technician above on balcony.
But 30 seconds till the weapon hath reached full capacity and is prepared.
Prepare to fire and end this vexing fight.
Exit General Hux and technician. Enter Poe Dameron, Yolo Ziff, Zess Paba, and Elo Asti in their ships.
Black leader, pretty look. The oscillator doth sport a newfound hole and the burneth strong. Be like our comrades did, their target reached. Delivering the opening, we seek YOLO.
Let us descend and strike with all our might. This ranked Starkiller base shall fall today. Within the oscillator we must fly. Move swiftly and pursue with our greatest hope. The weapon wherewithin they would strike us down shall fall upon the Force as sharp blasts. Aim true, and our defense is made complete. Ne'er for a nobler cause have we ever flown. In future times they shall recall our deeds. It was many, many years ago, that so they shall say, remembering our honor. Come thus, my friends, and hallowed make this day. Pray, heed these words of Poe.
We follow, aye.
Exit Poe, Yolo, Jess, and Elo. The ground shakes at the base as the base begins to self-destruct. Rey and Kylo Ren unfreeze as she attacks him with vigor. They duel.
She hath more strength than I would ever guess. Not as one trained, but like an animal, she comes at me with brutish strength. Still, she hath not the learning to succeed. Her inexperience shall be her doom.
O Finn, O Han, I shall avenge ye both. This villain shall make answer for his wrongs.
Ground, it shakes, and 'twere all nature did join in our battle, groan with our exertion. Ha! Now I press my natural advantage. She weakens. She should not have stood to fight. None so untested and naive as she shall ever overpower Kylo Ren.
The ground, it falls away from me. Alack, the triumph of the brave resistance doth mean danger and great risk for those below.
Kylo Ren forces Rey to the edge of a precipice as the ground falls away behind her.
I have thee now. Thine end shall come anon, unless thou heedst these gracious words of mine. Though thou art strong, I can destroy thee here. Yet do I recognize thine aptitude. I sense thou needst a skillful teacher, yea. Let me show thee the power of the Force.
Oh, Force, I almost had forgotten thee. Rey, let not vengeance and thine anger fierce keep thee from thinking on what gives thee power. Instinct alone this fight cannot never win. Not by mine own ability shall I overcome this man, this brute, this darkest knave. Forsooth, 'tis with the Force that I shall live. Once it hath called in Mars Katana's castle, the steadfast Force hath never left my side. Hence, I did flee. As its call I would not heed. E'en was I most afeard of what it showed. Repulsive was the vision unto me. Jarred sharply was my soul by what I saw. Elusive visions of the darkness rising, distressed by these unasked for mysteries. I ran away, was taken by Kylo Ren. Now I've the chance to make another choice. O Force, I swear I'll run no more from thee. Where thou shalt lead from now, I'll happily follow. Fear still exists, yet only strengthens me. Aye, courage is not made by lack of fear. Respond unto the calling of the Force. Go, Rey, and give this hateful little man occasion to respect the light, the good, no longer scavenger, for I have found exactly that which e'er I did desire.
Rey counterattacks and drives Kylo Ren backward.
What is this newfound potency she shows? Whence comes this burst of vigor and resolve?
The Force is with me, sharpened in my mind. It floweth through me, word o'er mine own blood. Each move becomes transparent, almost simple, as if I knew where Ren would parry next.
Alas, how mortifying in the extreme. My energy grows slack. I must retreat. The end is clear, but not as I would write it. I shall be bested by a scavenger.
Rey strikes Kylo Ren across his face, scarring him. He falls to his knees.
The Force hath led me to this victory, which ends in justice for the innocent. For by the end of this most wretched base, and by the end of this most wretched man, methinks the galaxy shall be secure. E'en there, I must be careful, by my troth, for to the dark side I would not be joined. If I attempt to slay this humbled man, I let the dark side deep inside my heart. Let me display the mercy he ne'er would.
The ground splits between Rey and Kylo Ren, forcing them apart. Exit Kylo Ren.
Conclusion of this battle is delayed. This Kylo Ren and I must meet again. Now let me fly or share the self-same fate as this bleak planet seeming to collapse.
Enter Chewbacca in the Millennium Falcon.
Aha! The bold Chewbacca hath returned to find both Finn and me and bear us hence. O Finn, poor fallen friend, we'll rescue thee and bring to thee what medicines we can in hopes thou peradventure shalt recover. Whatever future fate for us may braid, the Force is with me. I'll not be afraid.
Enter Poe Dameron and other Resistance pilots in their ships, escorting the Millennium Falcon away from Starkiller Base.
Yea, presently my soul grows stronger, for they are within my sight. Our task is done, the battle and the mission all complete. Well done, ye company of pilots true. Let us return anon to Dakar.
Exit Rey and Chewbacca in the Millennium Falcon, carrying Finn. Exit Poe and pilots. Enter Colonel Tasu and technician who is running away.
Say, wherefore thou dost flee without command, Lieutenant? Back unto thy station now!
Nay, we shall not survive. We are undone! Canst thou see the end that comes anon? Behold, e'en General Hux hath turned and fled.
Oh, shit.
Exit Colonel Tattoo and Technician in confusion. Enter General Hux and Supreme Leader Snoke above on balcony.
Oh, Supreme Leader, pray, what shall we do? The fuel cells have been ruptured past repair. The planet shall disintegrate anon. How it hath happened is beyond my mind, but by the weak resistance we are stopped.
The fight is over for now. The battle lost. Yet we shall rise again from this defeat. The vile resistance shall bear the cost. This tempest briefly hath our vessel tossed. The temperate waters give off too much heat. The fight is o'er for now, the battle lost. Pray leave the base, escape the snow and frost. We shall anon plan our revenge complete. The vile resistance yet shall bear the cost. My servant Kylo Ren is double-crossed. I sense he hath been in his instance beat. The fight is o'er for now, the battle lost. Though bitter foes our finest do accost. When Ren is fully trained, again we'll meet. The vile resistance yet shall bear the cost. Soon the First Order's name shall be embossed on every soul within the resistance fleet. The fight is o'er for now, the battle lost. The vile resistance yet shall bear the cost.
Exit General Hux and Supreme Leader Snoke. Scene 3. At the Resistance base on Dakar. Enter Chewbacca carrying Finn. Enter General Leia Organa, Rey, C-3PO, BB-8, Poe Dameron, a medic, and several Resistance soldiers. Enter R2-D2, aside.
He is alive. His heart maintains a beat. We shall away to save him if we can.
Exit medic, bearing away Finn. Leia and Rey walk aside together.
Thou hast in thy young life seen too much pain.
Thou hast in thy long life seen too much pain.
Han thought thee brave and strong, a pilot skilled.
Han thought thee strong and brave, a lover true.
We both know sorrow shall mourn him.
He doth know peace, and shall be with us still. I bid thee, General, give me thy hand.
With it my heart, though rhymeless falls the world.
We are all steeped in misery and joy, on one hand grieving for our fallen mates, and on the other mocking victory. And a hug would be nice.
If it weren't on Zoom, I would.
Oh, mask up.
Oh,
Is that you, R2?
I wake. What the time and place? Ay, me, for pity, what a dream was here. Where's my master Luke? Nearby I see C-3PO, another droid withal, a BB unit, if my sense is right. I have long so been locked in slumber that I still do not trust what I survey. There is the general, e'en Leia, with another woman who I do not know. Chewbacca stands thereby. But where's Han? The one is almost never sans the other. This company is passing strange indeed, full many characters whom I know well, with other faces I've never seen, and yet more missing whom I would expect. Dull R2 is unable to make sense for all after all. I am merely the fool. Mayhap the fool, though, shall I still be followed yet? For I have information they seek. I'll make my presence known unto them all. Be like to hear their tale and bring new hope.
Zoo, Zwablay, Brublock, Zwab, Flip it, Blue Roof, Blizz, Blue Rock, Blue Blip, Zazazrum, Vlit, Royal, Zwablak, Flu Rige, Zarabliblik, Blik Blee.
Shut up, BB-8! Oh, R2-D2, thou art all restored! Thou comest back unto thy friends at last! Thou foundest what? Oh, droid and temperate! Shalt thou already slander me with words? How darest thou to call me such a name?
R2-D2 projects a portion of a map. Oh, never mind, that's later.
Oh, find Master Luke, may it still be. If thou hast information, I bid thee come and share it with us all. Oh, General, excuse me, General, R2 may have some long-awaited news.
R2, to see thee gives my spirit hope. I bid thee, tell me what thou canst, sweet droid.
I shall not tell, but show, for as 'tis said, a picture hath more than words. Indeed, 1,000 words can thereby be spoken.
Now R2-D2 projects a portion of a map.
Zood, Flit, Filfru, Blux, Blibli, Zumblis, Ziboabli.
Poe rushes to obtain the data storage unit and gives it to BB-8, who projects a map that surrounds R2-D2's projection.
The map! It is complete! Oh, blessed day!
Oh, Luke, this map, a hologram at most, a series of faint lines and dots and points, yet 'tis to me a work of art profound, for it shall lead us at last to thee.
My lonely days perchance shall be less bleak. My dearest friend, how I have missed thee!
Exit. Scene 4, at the Resistance base on Dakar. Enter Rey near Finn, who lies unconscious on a pod. She kisses him on the forehead.
Methinks I shall yearn for thee when I go. Yea, thou art such a kind and worthy friend. Soon we shall see each other again. This I believe. And thou must too, good Finn. Oh, hear me, e'en within thy slumber deep. Rey owes her life to thee. Thou hast her thanks. Yet even as I leave thee, prithee know I shall return, even as thou didst to me. Seek we Luke Skywalker, the Jedi true, by R2-D2's map with BB-8's. Yon shall we fly and hope to find him there. My fondest hopes, my wildest dreams could not yield what I've been called herein to do, since I was but a lowly scavenger there on the dismal planet of Jakku. Expected I that I would live and die restricted by my past, my constant wait. Yearn would I for those who would never come. Considering where I began, my roots, out of all expectation I have flown. My fate hath spun beyond what I'd believe, placed deep within the brave Resistance's ranks, initiated in the powerful force. Lo, with Chewbacca and R2 I go, e'en in this swift Millennium Falcon fly, determining the future of my life. If only we could hear her speak. I'm sure she had some really important information to convey.
I tried. Apparently, Zoom hates me. Enter General Leia Organa. Enter Chewbacca, R2-D2, C-3PO, BB-8, Poe Dameron, and Resistance soldiers aside, preparing the Millennium Falcon for departure.
Rey, may the Force be with thee as thou goest.
They embrace.
For now the tale hath come unto its end, a mixture of emotions bittersweet. The Force begins to awaken in the Resistance. A new hope is revealed to us at last.
New friends were made by these adventures here. New chances for a better life obtained. New consciousness unto the mighty Force. New ways to serve our hurting galaxy.
Along the way, we lost a noble man. My love, a scoundrel, and a warrior. Our Star Wars face a newfound enemy. What cometh next is mystery to me.
Enter chorus as epilogue. Young Rey, Chewbacca, and the droid R2 pursue the map the droids did make complete. Through space they fly with light speed's blazing hue in hopes that they, Luke Skywalker, shall meet. Unto an unknown system do they fly, wherein an island sits in ocean deep. They land the ship, debark, and by, Rey mounts the steps toward a mountain steep. Thereon she finds a man in a robe of gray, who turns to her his bearded, wizened face. It is the Jedi, Luke Skywalker. Yea, Rey offers him his lightsaber with grace. There end we. The next chapter we await. 'Twill come as sure as 7 leads to 8.
Yeah. I was like waiting for it to keep going. Oh my gosh, this was fun to just wave a lightsaber around on a screen. I never realized how awkward that was until I had to do it myself. So great job to everyone who's had to do it before. You just gotta check that awkward box off in your head and be like, okay, I'm not gonna worry about it. But this was great, you guys. This was so much fun to go through. We got episode 7 done, so we're fully into the sequels at this point. So we'll see how episodes 8 and 9 go. Yes. Wait, where's mine? Where's mine? I know mine kept like turning off in the middle because it was like conserving the battery. So I think it definitely showed how much better Rey was than Kylo Ren in that battle anyway. This was, I love hanging out with you guys. Like, this is great. I think that all of these just mean so much to me. It means so much to all of us that all of you guys keep tuning in week after week. Even if you miss a week, you come back, it's all good. I think we've all done the same thing at this point. Some of us have had to miss weeks, some of us have had to come back weeks, but I think the important part is that we've kept doing this. It's maintained all of us throughout all of it, and it's just been a blast to go into Star Wars. So now we've got 2 episodes left. So make sure to follow us, Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube as well, to make sure to subscribe there. That way you make sure you are up to date on all of our announcements, all of our plays coming up. The plan is to go into episode 8 next week, but we will let you know if we decide to bump that back again. But that is the plan for right now. So please join us next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to find out about this amazing moment between Rey and Luke, which is so heartfelt and so impactful, and I'm sure will lead to a very satisfying and very great first meeting between them. So we'll find out how episode 8 translates into Shakespeare next week. Thank you guys once again. Stay safe out there, and may the Force be with you. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.